The views from the top of this hill are so lovely that Sir Stamford Raffles built his residence here. But he's not the only one. Way before him, kings had also stayed on this hill, and some even remained for eternity. Hi guys, welcome to our channel. Today we're gonna bring you guys travel to the volcanic park where history of Singapore first started, which was 700 years ago. So are you guys ready? Let's go! Singapore was first named Temasek, which simply means a sea town, a town by the sea. According to historical sources, in the 13th century, a prince from Palembang arrived on this island. The prince was none other than Sang Nila Utama. He saw a lion and decided to name this place Singapura, or Lion City. This garden is named after the Palembang prince. The garden is supposed to resemble the ancient garden with traditional Javanese features. Isn't it beautiful? After Sang Nila Utama, there was another 5 kings that ruled Singapura after him. Bukit Larangan, or Forbidden Spring, is a place with limited access to Singapore ancient royalty only. During the Kingdom of Singapura, noble ladies from the palace would come to bathe here in the pool of spring water here. In the year 1938, the last king, Iskandar Shah, also known as Parameswara, escaped to Malacca due to an invasion in Singapore. This is believed to be the final resting place of Singapore's very last king, Sir Iskandar Shah. Singapore's last king was also Malacca's first sultan. It's not known if Sir Iskandar Shah was really buried here. However, most people still regard this place as sacred and spiritual. For the next 400 years, Singapore was ruled by Malay kings from far away. Even at that time, Singapore had connections with international markets, and often traders would come here to trade. In fact, there was already a settlement on Fort Canning Hill itself, even before Stamford Raffles came here. In 1819, Stamford Raffles landed on Singapore. Of all the Southeast Asian countries that he could have picked, he chose Singapore as the new base for the British Crown. And he picked well. Look at Singapore. Raffles himself was not in Singapore all this time. He only returned to Singapore in 1822 for one last time. That was such a pity that he only stayed in this beautiful place for 10 months. He wasn't in good health, so staying on a hill was refreshing for him, and the views were inspiring. The original Raffles house is a single-story building made of wood. Raffles liked it so much here. He even said, "I preferred ascending the hill of Singapore, where if my bones must remain in the east,
they will have the honor of mixing with the ashes of the Malayan kings. And the result has been that instead of dying, I have almost entirely recovered.
He was prepared to spend the rest of his life here.
The next year, in 1823, Raffles managed to return to his home in England to live for another 3 years. In 1859, this hill became a fort. At this time, the park was renamed as Fort Canning after Viscount Charles John Canning, who was the first Viceroy of India. But this fort did not last very long, as the location here is not very strategic for defense. What you see remains now is just the gate and some walls. The Battle Box is a military command center. Lots of action took place here during World War II when Singapore was attacked by the Japanese. Today, it's a museum, the only place you need to pay to enter. This historic building was used often as the headquarters by the British Army during the colonial times. The building eventually became an arts museum, and now the building will soon become a heritage museum showcasing 700 years of history in Singapore. This is Singapore's first Christian cemetery. Some of the tombstones became part of the wall.
Here is beautiful, amazing air, and rich in history. This is the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to us. Anyway, see you guys next time when we bring you guys travel again. Bye!